Hey everyone, welcome to the Tellor community call, July 27th. Yeah, should be a pretty simple one for you guys today. I guess on just the quick announcement side, um, we're just busy in dev mode. We had a lovely Eth CC. For those of us that went, I'll let Brenda talk about that in a minute. On the dev side, so we're throwing away the Deity key again to the parachute contract, and I'm taking that upon myself. We're going to do that over the next week. So if we don't do that within the next week, yell at us. And then I'll be releasing an article called Soft Currency Tokenomics. It's kind of just an economics article that I wanted to write for the space, and hopefully you guys like it, but be on the lookout for that as well. Yeah, other dev updates, if you guys want to help code up Tellor X, or we're working on, so right now we're doing the Solidity piece for Tellor X, and then starting probably over the next few weeks, we're going to be shifting gears into building out the miner for Tellor X, and we're going to be doing that probably in Python. So if you're a Python dev and want to help out, I know that's kind of a good open source language. Definitely reach out. We want to make it really robust, really tested, really pretty, and the more of you guys that are there, the better it's going to be. So Ryan, any marketing or announcements on your guys' end?
No, we don't. So we just finished Eth CC. We are currently looking for the next big conference, hopefully to attend in person, but nothing to announce yet.
Also, some of you guys have already messaged me, but if you want to buy a t-shirt, it's like we're selling them for 20 bucks in TRB. Reach out with your size and your address, and you can just reach out to any member on the team or me. Yeah.
We also got hats, which we will showcase soon. So keep an eye out for those.
We have hats, and then we have bags. So we have
tote
little tote bag. Yeah, if you want a tote bag. So they're really cool. If you guys want one. And Owen, you got to give us your address. So before we do the Eth CC one, we have the last intro of the day, which is Owen. So we hired a new person. And Owen, you want to just tell him a little bit about yourself, and we can ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure. My name's Owen, as Nick said. Happy to be here. I'm based right now out of Northern California, super up north, like 4 hours north of SF. Yeah, I'm just excited to be on the team, learn, and get contributing. So yeah.
Cool. Do you own any crypto?
I do. Well, I technically don't own it because it's on an exchange, but yeah.
All right,
that's about it.
You're not going to disclose? You have to, or we don't, or do you own Doge, or is it something worse?
No, I just own Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's okay. It.
Yeah, cool. And what are you kind of, just as the simple question we have to ask you, what are you excited to build? What are you excited to do in crypto? And kind of, what drives you to be here?
Yeah, I'm really excited about just having something that's more trustworthy than my limited experience in finance and stuff. My previous job, there was a little bit where I got to be in like the options trading space, and I'm the project within Tellor that I'm stoked about is working on the miner, and what Nick mentioned about how we'll be doing a Python rewrite. And so anyone who's contributing to that, I'll be happy to work with you. Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else have any questions for Owen? I want to get to know him better.
Well, very well. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you enjoy it. Well, we're happy to have you too. And now kind of, I think a few of you guys were here, so everyone feel free to kind of chime in. The big thing that happened last week, as anyone in the space knows, was Eth CC. Brenda, over to you.
Yeah, no, it was very productive. We had the opportunity to talk about the importance of data and choosing the right sources, and also just the importance of oracles and choosing the right infrastructure or architecture within your protocol to keep your own users secure. So that was really cool. And we also got to talk to a lot of people and meet people in person that we have been talking over, I guess, Telegram for about a year now. And we finally got to meet some of those people in person, and that's really great. It's always, I think it really shifts the type of relationship that you have with anybody once you meet them in person. So, this conference was really the first in-person conference that we've done since, I want to say 2019, maybe?
Yeah, November 2019, you and I
Yeah.
went to San Francisco. Yep.
Yeah, so it's been a while, but it is part of, for everybody that's been asking for marketing, a lot of these conferences are really marketing tools, as well as, just they allow us to develop our business relationships and really build some really good friendships, to be honest. You keep seeing a lot of the same people. I'm glad to see, I got to see a lot of new people on this conference. I don't know if it's just like the space, it's been so long since the last conference, but there was a lot of new faces, which is really refreshing and really great to see the space growing and seeing more people become interested. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we did have a fun time in Paris. It was pretty warm. Gotta say, like almost the entire team is gone. And then now it's like rainy and like 70 or 60 every day since you guys been gone on Friday.
Wow.
I know, it's weird. The sun hasn't been out, or it just comes out like little, times. But anyway, complete tangent. That's what's going on with us. And
Was it any different being there in Paris? Like, I've never been, I didn't go. And was it any different being a successful project now? Because like back in 2019, we were, I think the last conference, we were probably 10 cents or something like that as far as our coin price. Was it any difference as far as because I remember we would go to conferences and VCs would just like give us the cold shoulder, like we want nothing to do with you, Tellor. And
I think it was a little bit different in that people like, I know Tim, so we try to alternate who wore the shirt, each day. So that like one of us, so it wouldn't be like everybody wearing the same shirt. And I know that like, people would stop people like, us, they've heard of Tellor. They sort of, or have, or remembered us from previous conferences. So I feel like there was a lot more recognition on this one than before. There was also VCs, but the ones that I met, they were very, very happy, seemed very happy. So I don't know. I thought it was a little bit different in that regard. And also, I don't know, everybody's usually really friendly. In terms of recognition, it was a lot better. And everybody, I don't know if it was just because of the pandemic and being the first conference of the year, I feel like everybody was extra, like super friendly, very open. Everybody just wants to like learn about everything. And I feel like it was easy to just talk to everybody. What about you guys? I know Ryan, Tim, what do you guys perceive? I know you guys don't have reference to a previous conference, but just,
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Tim.
Brenda, you started to mention that, like, just when I wore my Tellor t-shirt, I was stopped so many times by people that seemed to be fans of Tellor, seemed like we had a lot of recognition of our protocol. And I was kind of surprised by it, just how many times I had people stop me and say, "Oh, hey, Tellor, nice to see you, nice to meet you."
Tim, I heard you went to a chain link party wearing the shirt. What happened with that?
I heard that rumor too, but no, that was not me. I know there was a doppelganger of me around the conference, is what I learned. I don't know if that
thought you might have
doppelganger
been,
went
like-
to the Chainlink party.
I imagined you wearing the T-shirt, like knocking people's drinks out of their hands or something.
Yeah, that's I mean I hung around the Chainlink table, not on purpose, but I realized I was doing that with my shirt on, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, that wasn't me at the party.
Well, to be fair, the Chainlink table was next to Witnet, and we talk to Witnet quite often about other things, including the ADO, or the Alliance of Decentralized Oracles. So we have a really good relationship with them. So we were around their table. It just happened to be it was close by. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, no, I mean, just to kind of echo those sentiments, I agree. Like maybe it was the weather too. It was just kind of very like a perfect storm of just an environment of very social, happy people. Again, we made sure that we had at least one piece of Tellor article on us, either whether it was a tote or a shirt. I also got some people coming up. What's that? And sunglasses. Yeah. Had some people coming up familiar with Tellor, want to know what was going on, talk to them about fellowship and Tellor X and all that stuff, and they're super excited about that. But yeah, I think a lot of the relationships we've built digitally, so to kind of have that FaceTime just was really nice to kind of cement that relationship, just kind of get those nuanced familiarities that you don't get via Discord or Telegram chat.
Cool. Well, yeah, no, I'm happy you guys had a good time. Hopefully we send you guys out to way more conferences.
Please.
I honestly don't know of any more. It's like we're like
Well,
ready
they're
to
supposed
send
to.
people, but
Wasn't it? Was it DevCon that is supposed to be
Well, there's
decided
a
in the next
rumor.
couple weeks?
There's a rumor, yeah, that supposedly it may still happen, but it was a rumor.
Right.
it may still happen when, like, ever.
This
Is
year.
Like this year, the one in Colombia. Supposedly they're still like, they're gonna decide within the next few weeks. That was the rumor going around. I don't know. So we don't know if it's true.
What's Colombia like travel wise? Like, is it third world? Are they just like open, or are they locked down? I don't even know.
I
Yeah.
haven't checked.
I don't think it's completely open. I think there's definitely some heavy restrictions on top of some political unrest. So I don't know
Yeah, exactly.
what part of that plays into it, but I definitely would love to go. I've always kind of wanted to be in Colombia at some point.
I know Mike and I have just said, like, just throw it in Vegas. Anybody can come. It's just gonna be like fooling around. So.
No work will get done.
Anyway, cool. Well, thanks for the update, guys. Yeah, so if you guys were there, or, have any stories or pictures of Tellor, be sure to pass them on. And yeah, so Ryan, on to the questions.
Alrighty. Question number 1. It was said that Tellor was in talks with many projects and that full integration took time. However, a very long time has passed and only liquidity has been announced. What about other partnerships?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been pretty open about it. We're working on the MC Dex one and the Ampleforth one. We have open votes in their community. No time frame on how long a vote takes in a community. You can ask them that. Other protocols. So we're live on Polygon now with a fellowship one. So we're ricochet.exchange. So that's really exciting. We're doing some Polygon stuff now, and yeah, it's coming along slowly for sure, but things seem to actually have been stabilizing over the past few months, which has been actually really nice. People have actually been building, and at the time, whenever the price was so volatile and you didn't know if gas was going to be 1,000 GWh the next day, it was kind of tough. So I think if we can kind of just stay in this range price wise, it'll probably do wonders for integrations.
Hi there, I'm new to Tellor and recently invested into Tellor. I feel I'm lucky to jump in early to Tellor, but I never heard before of Tellor or any Oracle other than Chainlink. Is there a chance you guys are trying to spread the word of Tellor and have new investors come in? If you guys are, what are the strategies? Great team you guys got and hope for much success.
Great to hear. Thanks for being here. Don't really know what to say to that. We're obviously trying to spread the word, and we had just talked about being at ECC, so don't know if you guys have anything to add, but yeah, it's glad to hear you like us and just want to hear more of us.
Can you go over the tokenomics of TRB? I am learning about oracles, but I can't understand the value of holding the token.
Sure. So this is, I'm actually publishing a tokenomics article here soon. But the general idea is it's a lot different. People do really awful things when it comes to trying to value cryptocurrencies. You look at people who are like, well, there's 21 million Bitcoin, and if we assume this usage and this blah blah blah, then it's supposed to be worth $1 bajillion, and we can plot it over time, and like none of it works like that, like ever. Like just quit trying. The general value of the Tellor cryptocurrency is we're trying to make it a community. It's sort of this community currency, and the basics of it are you use the TRB token for two things, basically staking and then for tipping. So if you want to be a data reporter, so one of our miners, you have to stake 500 TRB. And then if you want to request data from the Tellor network, you have to pay in TRB. And the whole system goes around. If people want to vote on various upgrades or various disputes within the system, they need to hold TRB. And if the network grows and if people are using Tellor more for tipping, the value of Tellor should go up. Mainly because we sort of want to design it that way, because if the value, all of the security of Tellor is sort of tied to the value of that coin. So we want it to go up, because if the value of the Tellor coin goes up, then the security of our overall system goes up. So that's kind of where it's designed. But it's not we're not this system that, we're more of a DAO, I would say, in the sense that we're not a system where we deployed this specific monetary policy like Bitcoin has, and that's going to be it forever. We're much more similar to like an Ethereum, where we're going to adjust it over time. If we see that the inflation rate is too high, we're gonna pull it down. If we see that, maybe we can mint some more coins here in order to grow the network, in order to get more users, we're going to do so. So it's one of those things where it is a balance, and the actual value of the Tellor token has to do with more about how you feel about the team and the community, mainly the community who's going to be voting on these things, how they perceive the relative trade-off between minting more tokens, between trying to get more users, between what the overall structure should be. How many tokens should we burn? How many should we pass back to miners? So yeah, hope that answers your question, but you'll have to read my article. It has to come out soon.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I want to ask the team, which project wanted to use Tellor in the BSC network, Binance Smart Chain, and what stage is it at the moment? Which stage is it at the moment? What stage is Chorus at? What other partnerships besides Liquidity?
Sure. I don't even remember which. We had a bunch of projects reach out to us to use this on BSC, like back when BSC was a thing. I feel like it's died now, right?
Right. Yeah, I was trying to rack my brain for which project they were referring you to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was this like 2-month-long period where like everyone was trying to port every app over to BSC.
Right.
And now, like, basically we've all realized that BSC is kind of like a dumpster fire, to be nice. So nobody's really moving over there at the moment. It's sort of seen as a big negative. The hype is over. So we kind of put those. BSC was never a huge priority for us. You know, we want to be able to support people, if we have the time, but it's really just a centralized chain, so we're not too excited about it. But that said, if you still want a project over there, reach out to us. Yeah, and then some of the other things, I think we're kind of telling you what our main focuses are. Our main focus is kind of on Tellor X and the current projects we have, and trying to get the real good users on main chain Ethereum. So,
Hello, good time. Did the team have a problem because the price of TRB has become very dull and aimless due to the recovery of the market and the movement of all altcoins? Do you have a plan to support the price?
Brenda, I think this one's for you.
Our way to support the price is always through development. So in terms, I don't know what other type of support for the price you're asking for. I think in general, the entire space a big bubble. And, you know, I'm sorry if you guys came in at that point in time. I know it is hard, but we are focused on the long term and, you know, trying to grow our own ecosystem for Tellor. So unfortunately, we don't plan to do anything other than really just supporting it through development and really pushing through to doing more integrations and growing into other chains if the demand is there. Like Nick said, like we did try to expand when they come to us. It seems like a lot of things fizzle out. Right now, the big thing is Polygon. Everybody was jumping to Polygon, so we're doing a lot of dev work on that. But in terms of the price specifically, I think is unfortunately, this industry is still very young, and we're gonna see these fluctuations for some time, not just right now. And hopefully right now, if it is a bear market, I hope that there a lot of good projects survive and a lot more or better projects continue to come into the space and improve it and grow it in a way that this actually stabilizes over time. But that's I don't know if that's if that answers your question, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down. I remember like the first time we got this question. So in like early 2019, Spuddy probably remembers with the early miners. So this was, we had a bunch of miners who we were handing out TRB to people to mine Tellor, like, cause like you had to pay gas to mine Tellor. So we're like, please, you know, be one of our first miners. And it slowly got out and we had like 20 miners on the network and they had all these tokens, but we had no exchange listings. There was no way for you to sell all of these things that you accumulated. And then we had planned like an IDEX listing. So it was going to be like on a Tuesday or something. And I remember telling people on a call, like, listen guys, the price is probably going to tank because all of these miners are just going to go and dump on the market. And of course what happened, the price tanked. It went down to like 2 cents because all these miners were like, they had this previously worthless coin that they could now dump. And you know, they made money. It was like we were giving it away for free back then. But yeah, I mean, it was like, it's okay. Like, you don't need to support a bottom price. Like, what do you, like, if you're in it for the long run, like it's going to recover. Having a bottom price is like, you know, theoretically what you want, the only reason we would want, say, a bottom price is that we want to make sure that our network doesn't get too low that it's insecure. You know, so if it goes down theoretically enough in price, then it becomes actually an attack vector. So we want to make sure that we support a price above that and what our users would need. But we're still like an order of magnitude higher than that, even at this point. So yeah, like if it goes down to 1 cent, like we should probably start supporting it. But other than that, yeah, it just makes you feel good. So don't go after that. Anyway, anyone?
Our last question mark. I believe in Tellor. You all mind being more active in Twitter from top to bottom? And I hear you, and yes, I agree. That can be addressed.
I agree with the sentiment on this one wholeheartedly.
Done.
Yeah, Sean. I know Sean down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. And like we're working on that every day. So like what's the key message we want to communicate broadly on those channels? And that's again like what Nick and Brenda just mentioned, like consistency long term, we're building it. The ecosystem's young, but there's a lot of good tech coming out. So that's where we want to like really communicate. And so yeah, it's done. You know, we'll be active in communicating that definitely, not just on Twitter, but different places as well where it's relevant.
Yeah, maybe we can come up with something like every follower you get as a member of the team, we'll give you a little bonus or something. Like you get like you get like 10 cents per follower or something like that. You can boost it up.
So yeah, one thing about Tellor that's different, I think, is there's a lot of crypto teams that have more. They have like more social media posters than they have developers, and Tellor is the opposite. We have like way more developers than we do like marketing people and poster and like people who post on the internet on staff. It's like all developers. So yeah, I mean, the more you guys can tweet interesting tweets and talk to people, the better. Don't be afraid to get into fights.
We're gonna have Spuddy teach a class. It's gonna be like shit posting 101.
Yeah, great. I'm not. My main problem, I know my main flaw on Twitter is that my tweets are too long. I got to distill everything down to a simple idea.
We need more pictures of you on the tractor, Spuddy. This is.
I could do that. We could put. I could paint a swoosh on it or something. and I did. So I did a challenge on Twitter that got a lot of likes and retweets. If someone can run a Rinkeby miner and submit data, like ask me for the tributes, I'll help you do it. You can use a flash drive with Linux on it to do it. I have no takers yet. So if anybody watching this wants to do it, it takes about an hour worth of work probably to stake a miner and submit some data on Rinkeby, and I can help you do it.
And you win a t-shirt, right?
And you get a t-shirt. I will send you a t-shirt. Maybe if I have to sweeten the deal, I'll think about adding something else to it.
You can get a bag. We'll throw in a tote bag.
Yeah, nobody's done it yet, so let me know what would make it worth your while to do that. Because when Tellor X starts, I mean, the process is going to be really simple, really similar to be a reporter. You're going to have to learn how to run Telliot, and we want to see as many people as possible doing that. So yeah, just reach out to me if you want to do it. Anybody.
Can I do it?
Yeah, Ryan.
Except
you don't get a shirt.
Yeah.
This is on.
Cool. Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, thanks everyone for joining. This was a fun call. We'll feel free to reach out to Owen. We'll have Owen tweet more. You can start tweeting Tellor stuff as you learn. And yeah, definitely talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, welcome, Owen.
Yeah.